What's up guys, this is Ghanaian Photography and my name is Don Alabi. I'm a photographer based in Accra, Ghana, and I share with you the little knowledge I've acquired in photography. Sometimes I post behind the scenes and some tips and tricks, so if this is of interest to you, do subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified anytime there's an upload. Today I'll take you through how to create your own Photoshop actions for frequency separation and dodge and burn. Basically, you can create actions for anything that you want in Photoshop. Actions help you speed up your workflow. Let's say if you're somebody who uses frequency separation all the time, you don't want to be creating the process every time you need to retouch. Let's say you're retouching 10 images. Would you want to create the same process every time you have to retouch any of those 10 images? No, that would be counterproductive. So you create actions to store all these processes that you'll be doing all the time. So when you play the action, it plays it automatically to speed up your workflow. So today I'll take you through how to create your own action so you don't have to depend on other people's actions. First of all, let's open our actions panel. Now, if you're wondering how come mine shows in colors like this, then it's because I'm viewing it in the button mode. So let's disable that. So this is what most of you will have. And if you want to record, you would have to exit the button mode. Otherwise, you won't be able to do that. Now let's go back here. You see, there's no place where we can create a new action. So let's disable the button mode and go back to the normal one. So as you can see, I have a couple of actions over here. Some I have shared with you in previous videos, like my melanin skin tone, my frequency separation, and dodge and burn, which I haven't shared yet, but soon I will do that. Now today, I'll show you how to create your own actions. We'll be dealing with frequency separation and dodge and burn. So fasten your seatbelts and let's get moving. So to create an action, you need two things. One, a set, and then the action itself. The set is like a folder where you save all your actions. To create our action, let's go ahead and then create a new set. So we'll name it our action. So you see, it creates a new set over here. So under this set, we are going to be creating our new action. So this particular one, we'll call it 8-bit FS for frequency separation. Now inside the set, we have a couple of sets here. So we say our action, that's where we want it to be. You can add a shortcut, which is a function key to your action, or you can just ignore that. You can also add a color to it so that when it's viewed in the button mode, that color will be assigned to that particular action. So let's say I'll choose red for this particular. It's not mandatory, it's just aesthetic. It makes your things look nice, that's all. So you are not obliged to add a color, the same way you are not obliged to assign a function key to it. So with that, we click on record. So now everything we do here from now will be recorded as part of the action. So the red button here shows that it's recording. So let's go ahead and then continue. So over here, we are creating the frequency separation action first. So we'll duplicate the background layer twice. Name the first one low frequency, and then the upper one high frequency. Then we'll go ahead and disable the high frequency and then apply our Gaussian blur to this. Now, what most people find difficult is that whatever value they put in here gets stuck. So anytime they run their action is the same value. So they end up creating different actions for different values. Now, in this tutorial, I'll show you how to make this dialog dynamic. So you can just use the same action for different radius anytime you have to use this action. So make sure you continue watching because I'll teach you how to do that in a moment. So let's click OK for 6, and then let's enable this, and then go to image, apply image. It picks the low frequency, subtracts, and OK. So we go here and then choose linear light. Now we have our two layers ready. So let's select both and then put them in a folder and call it 8-bit FS. So let's open that and then create an empty layer in between. Let's call it tones. I use that to correct the skin tones in Photoshop. So over here, the trick I was telling you guys about, let's look for where we did the Gaussian blur, which is here. So there's a box beside this checkbox here. The tooltip. Okay, so it says toggle dialog on and off. So let's toggle it on. So in this case, if you run this action, where we enter the value for the radius will always pop up. So you always change the value according to the image you're working on. Isn't that fantastic? Awesome. So now we are okay with our action. So we'll go ahead and then stop it. So this is the place where you stop it. Just beside the record button, there is a stop button there. So let's stop it. So now we'll go ahead and then delete the folder we've created here. And then let's run this action. So let's click on play. And voila. See, the dialog box now pops up. So we can enter any value we want over here. See, now let's delete it and then run it again. So you see, anytime you run it, the dialog box appears. So you can enter any value you want. So one action for any radius that you want. Isn't this fantastic? Go ahead and like this video if it has been helpful so far. See, okay, so we have it. Now we can go ahead, choose our mixer brush or lasso tool, and then go ahead and do frequency separation. So now that we are done with frequency separation, let's do the one for dodge and burn. So the same way, we'll create a new action. Call it dodge and burn. And then we'll give it, let's say we'll give it orange. Record. So everything we do from now will be recorded. So for dodge and burn, we create curve adjustment layers. So the first one here, and then we create a second one. So we'll call this one burn, and then this one dodge. Right. So for dodge, which means we are brightening the image, we raise it up. So once we do that, we invert the mask so that the effect is reversed because we want to brush it in. So let's just invert it. So you see the effect has been taken away. So the same way for burn, let's take it down to the value we like, and then we invert the mask. And now we create a folder for the two of them. And then we call it dodge and burn. Once we are done with that, we come to the action area and then we stop it. See, so right now we have two actions. Now for dodge and burn, because we don't want to be changing the values all the time. That's why we haven't added any dialog on and off to it. So let's delete what we have and then let's run this. And as simply as that, we have our dodge and burn action here. See, how easy is that to create your own actions so you don't have to depend on other people's actions? This way, if you have a new machine or you find yourself having to use somebody's machine for a short while, you won't need to install all these plugins or actions before you can use. You can just create yours quickly and then get moving. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to thank you for watching.